Our life inevitably filled with ridiculous situations and minor setbacks, which can cause a wide range of emotions, from embarrassment to anger. Over time, they become a rich experience, making life more interesting and memorable. In this episode, you'll witness the most funny and hurtful moments of bad luck that were captured on camera. First of all, subscribe to our channel and like this video. This is the perfect gift not only for dog owners, but for any person you don't really want to congratulate. She doesn't realize yet that all her attempts to repair the damage will only make the situation worse. Sometimes it's not just people who can't stand it anymore. How do you release stress? There are more questions than answers in my head. Maybe someone knows the purpose of such an invention. They decided not to deal with sewer issues. This sea lion wanted to be alone with himself, but curious tourists still wanted to annoy it. Old age does not mean a lack of need for adventures. Perhaps on the contrary, people finally want to follow their impulses and not be afraid of condemnation. Given that cows don't really care about their feelings and don't respond to screams, they can repeat this trick over and over again. No wonder it's believed that the end of winter and the beginning of spring is the period when depression worsens.
Oh, here we go.
The car may have received many new scratches, but for him, the fall of this tree could have ended much worse.
Oh!
Apparently, the beauty of this place influenced the cognitive functions of the girl. Was the tree slippery under the water? What a surprise! The owner of this barbershop is very worried about the design of his studio. It goes like this every day. Every day, these people overcome the hardest route to get to their homes. Their routine trip to work is more like a struggle for survival. On the one hand, the roof can protect the car from snow. On the other, it is a tinderbox waiting to explode. Since early childhood, the baby has known the following rules. If you want to do something forbidden, first make sure that no one finds out about it.
What a twist! Haven't you expected to see this either, have you?
This scooter couldn't stand their slowness anymore, so it took the situation into its own hands and hurried them a little. I wonder if they'll ever want to ride like this again, or is once enough? If he thought he had found a way to get rid of the itch unnoticed, he was very wrong. Sometimes it's still better to make an extra few movements and put the drinks on the floor. Otherwise, you can lose them and spoil your mood. He pleased his cat, but at what cost? It turns out that even such a small dog can frighten you terribly. If he had studied geometry, he would have realized that something more was needed to fall this chair. When a woman wants to know something important, there is no limit to her ingenuity. What do you do at work? This person has a very exciting pastime. Well, now her route will be determined solely by the search for the helmet. Oops, looks like he's been dreaming a little bit about his long-awaited vacation. If you don't want to upset your children and think about how to make amends, just leave their toys alone. Maybe this box should have been thrown away long ago, but it softened his fall. If he had a bad day today, then this was definitely the last straw. Don't try to say right away that women can't drive. This could happen to anyone who forgot to put the gearbox in the parking mode or did not put the car on the handbrake.
Hello everybody, my gorgeous girl, I love you so.
The dog is so happy with its owner that it can no longer restrain its emotions and keep its balance. There can be no claims here. He only does his job while keeping the roads clean. Now she'll have to forget about dancing and start looking for a person to deal with it. The previous one obviously did a poor job of installing the pole. The help of this crane manipulator turned out to be a real failure for the car owner. That is why the dismantling of buildings requires careful organizational preparation. Do you also think that they have placed too much responsibility on an ordinary bush? In some supermarkets, there is a rule according to which the customer must put the cart where he took it from. However, it is not uncommon for people to neglect it and leave it in the parking lot or on the street without thinking that the cart may enter the roadway and provoke an emergency. Offering him a ride, no one could have imagined what a problem it would be for everyone.
فوق 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 ارفع ارفع الحمد لله على السلامة الحمد لله على السلامة.
Now, the opposing team has a significant advantage in the number of capable players. When the reaction fails, you have to be a little nervous before solving the problem. He was just lucky that his wife was there in time. From the outside, watching someone fall on the ice is funny, but you definitely don't want to be in their place. Just a few seconds could have been fatal for him, so today he should thank his fortune for his support. It could have been a fateful meeting, but beer turned out to be more interesting for him. Medical staff sometimes underestimate the importance of tools and equipment. Let's see what they'll do without a stretcher. The dogs waited so long for the owner to wake up and take them outside that the patience of one of them came to an end. He seems to think that no one will notice that he hasn't showered in a long time. That's just most likely he only made the situation worse. It seems that this grill is made especially for him. The girl got into an awkward situation and completely forgot that her employer had installed a surveillance camera over her workplace. CCTV recordings help law enforcement agencies not only to find out the identity of the attacker, but also to see and analyze the whole situation. There are stories that are hard to believe unless you see them with your own eyes. It is impossible to be prepared for the surprises of life. Nevertheless, it should be noted that she reacted quite quickly without wasting precious time. Only after seeing the video from the surveillance camera, the car owner found out where the damage appeared on his car. It turned out that the girl, in an attempt to master her parkour skills, jumped onto the vehicle from the roof.
Have you also noticed that our time together flies at the speed of light? We can't wait to see you in our next episode. See you soon.